Chapter 4. The Weight of Words. The university lecture hall loomed stark and sterile, a world apart from the crimson glow of studios and the champagne haze of galleries. Rows of wooden desks stretched beneath fluorescent lights, their hum a cold counterpoint to the heat Zephyra Seraphina Locke carried in her stride. She stepped inside, her heels clicking against the linoleum, her figure wrapped in a tailored blazer and skirt, less satin, more armour, but no less striking. Her ebony skin glowed against the muted grey walls, her curly waves cascading over her shoulders, and the coal locket rested cool against her chest, a silent companion in this unfamiliar terrain. At 28 she was a queen of sensuality, but here she felt the edges of her throne tremble. Dr. Evelyn Hart stood at the podium, poised and piercing, her silver hair swept into a chignon, her eyes sharp as cut glass behind wire frames. She'd tracked Zephyra down after the shoot, cornered her at the gallery with a crisp, "I'm studying modern femininity. You'd be perfect." And now here she was, invited to a seminar that promised to dissect what Zephyra had built. The room buzzed with students and peers, their notebooks open, their whispers curling around her as she took a seat near the front. "That's the model," one hissed, and her crimson lips twitched, a half-smile masking the prickle of their stares. Dr. Hart's voice sliced through the hum, clear and commanding. "Today, we explore eroticism, empowerment or exploitation. Let's hear from Zephyra Locke." The room swiveled, eyes pinning her like spotlights, and she rose, her poise a shield, her husky drawl steady. "I'm a boudoir model," she began, "and an empowerment coach. My work's about owning your body, your story, turning desire into strength." The words flowed, sultry and sure, a sermon she'd preached to herself through years of defiance. She'd shed her Atlanta upbringing, her mother's voice. Good girls don't bare themselves, a ghost she'd silenced, to forge this truth. A peer cut in, a thin man with a sneer. "You're just a product, packaged flesh for profit. How's that empowering?" The room tensed, pencils pausing, and Zephyra's pulse quickened, her confidence wavering like a flame in a draught. She leaned forward, eyes flashing, dark chocolate, molten with warmth turned to heat. "It's mine to give, not yours to take," she snapped. "I choose the lens, the frame. That's power." Murmurs rippled, some nods, some scowls, and Dr. Hart tilted her head, a faint smile tugging at her lips. But the critique stung, a splinter under her poise. Another voice, a woman with a clipboard, pressed harder. "But you're still objectified, sold to the male gaze. Where's the line?" Zephyra faltered, her usual eloquence failing, her fingers brushing the coal locket as if it could steady her. The question echoed a whisper she'd buried, her mother's voice clashing with her present. Good girls don't. And she saw herself at 16, corseted by tradition, longing to break free. "The line's mine to draw," she said finally, softer, less certain. "But it's not always clear." The room hummed, unsatisfied, and she sat, her breath tight, the weight of their words pressing down. Dr. Hart dismissed the group, but beckoned Zephyra to the podium as the hall emptied. Up close, her eyes softened, her voice a quiet challenge. "You're more than your defense, Zephyra. What's your truth beyond the pose?" The question landed like a stone in still water, rippling through her. She'd never fully answered it, not in the mirror, not in the dark. "I'm figuring that out," she admitted, her drawl trembling, and Dr. Hart nodded, pressing a book into her hands, The Second Sex, by Simone de Beauvoir, its cover worn but heavy with promise. "Start here," she said. "It'll shape you." A shy student lingered, her voice a thread as she approached. I love your work. It makes me feel seen." Zephyra's empathy flared, her smile warming, dark chocolate eyes meeting timid hazel. "That's why I do it, darling," she said, her hand brushing the girl's arm, a connection that eased the ache of the seminar's barbs. The girl beamed and slipped away, leaving Zephyra with Dr. Hart's book and a question that wouldn't fade. She stepped into the hall's stark light, the blazer suddenly tight, the coal locket heavier against her chest. The seminar's critiques echoed, just a product, objectified, and she flashed to Liam's lens, Maya's kiss, Sasha's smirk. Her confidence, her sensuality, had been her sword, but now they felt like a shield she might not fully wield. She tucked the second sex under her arm, its weight a mirror to her own, and walked into the dusk, a queen questioning her crown, her truth still a shadow she'd yet to chase.